a late-night crash, an emotional breakdown, and a decision that could have changed everything in seconds. One driver backs out, hits a vehicle, and leaves the scene claiming they didn't even realize what happened. Now they're standing in court, facing a misdemeanor that could mean fines, points on their license, or even jail time. But here's where it gets interesting. The judge has options, the prosecutor has leverage, and one choice could completely change the outcome. So the real question is, was this an honest mistake, or a costly lapse in responsibility? Let's break it down.
Braley Miller. Good morning.
Good morning.
You brought your legal advisor along with you today. She's given me some legal advice from time to time. That last case has got some really odd facts, but not yours. We call that our bailiff exercise program, where we make you keep walking back and forth to the court office. Miss Miller, let me find your ticket here. You got a ticket on March 13th at 11 o'clock at night at Jean Street and Geraldine Street. Alleged that you left the scene of a property damage accident. Says driver backed out of driveway, striking a car. Driver was unaware of accident, came to PD to speak with police. This one is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. I believe that particular variety carries 2 points. This was written under Sturgis City Ordinance. Mr. Reed, do you have any input here?
We'd offer the 621, which is damage to fixtures, which is a no point, non-insurable.
Let me explain that. This is a misdemeanor, very minor one. It carries 2 points that would go on your driving record. I don't want to say that no one's ever been to jail for this offense, but it's very rare. There's another offense called leaving the accident with a fixture. The fixture is something like a fence post, a sign post, something like that, a fire hydrant, not a vehicle. That one carries no points. It would carry a $75 fine and $125 of costs. So the total fine would be $200. So Mr. Reed, the city attorney, would agree to dismiss this charge and amend it to a charge that doesn't carry any points. According to the ticket, you were driving a 2013 Ram, so you're in a big truck. All right. How do you plead to the amended charge that doesn't carry any points? Do you wish to plead guilty and pay a fine, or do you wish to plead not guilty, have me set up for a further hearing?
I'll plead guilty. I'll pay it.
All right. Anybody threaten you?
No.
Promise anything?
No.
Tell me what happened.
So it was just late at night, and my husband and I were having some problems. So I was texting with my dad, and my dad said I could come over and talk. So I'm not used to driving our truck. I'm used to driving a little car. So my husband stayed home with the kids while they were sleeping. I just backed down my driveway. I had my music really loud. I was crying, and I just drove to my dad's house. Around like 10:30, I think my husband was trying to call me while I was at my dad's, still just talking to him about it. And my husband said that, hey, like, there's a police officer here, like, you need to come home. Apparently you hit this vehicle behind our driveway. And the cop said that since I was like 30 minutes away, that I could just go to the police station and talk to him about it. So I just went there, talked to the cop about it, and he said that he tried to call the people, but they were still wanting to go to court for it.
All right, well, that ain't exactly the crime of the century. I did this when I was in law school. I lived in Dearborn. I backed into the car across from my house. I didn't leave. I went and talked to the lady. She wasn't very happy. 621.
Yeah, 621.
If the day wasn't bad enough, it got even worse at
Yeah,
that
just a little
point.
bit.
There you are at the police station. I'm going to reduce the fine. Make the fine $25, $75, $50 state minimum fee, $150. Can you pay that today, or do you need time to pay it?
150.
$150. I can give you 30 days or more if you need it.
I can pay it today. That's fine.
All right. All right, this isn't going to carry any points. It should not affect your insurance. Sometimes the best thing to do is just own it, get it over with. Mr. Reed reduced the charge and I reduced the fine. All right, you're good to go. The bailiff will take you out to the court office. You
This
can pay
case
the
is a
fine.
perfect example
and-
of how context matters in the courtroom. The defendant admitted fault, explained the emotional circumstances, and most importantly cooperated with law enforcement. That combination played a huge role in the outcome. Instead of facing a harsher misdemeanor with points on her record, the charge was reduced to a non-point violation, and even the fine was lowered. Legally speaking, this shows how plea deals and prosecutorial discretion can significantly impact a case, especially when there's no intent to evade responsibility. But let's talk about it. Do you think the judge went too easy? Or was this the right call given the situation? Should emotional distress factor into legal consequences like this?